Today, we will discuss DC profiles. In this episode, we will discuss Sneaky Bandz. Sneaky Bandz, aka Robert Smith, is a Paradise affiliate who is locked in with cruddy murder and is shouted out in songs by Paradise affiliates a lot for fucking up streets and spanking ops. We will go over the Sneaky Bandz arrest and paperwork. But first, we will get into an op that Paradise allegedly had put Drac on while he was in the whip, and he got left in the whip. On April 19th, 2021, multiple Paradise members caught Kenilworth member Kentrell Devon, aka Trell Down Bad, and put Drac on the whip, and allegedly 37th rapper Bird Sheasty was there and also got hit. Allegedly Sneaky Bandz was on this hit. Another hit Sneaky was on was the Doodat from Kenilworth and Doodat brother DTA3. Doodat was killed after Paradise spin Kenilworth on October 10th, 2020. Then months later, DTA3 would try to spin for his brother and get killed. Paradise would rap about this incident, and rapper Cruddy Murda addresses the DTA3 murder in an interview.
Yeah, man. So before we sign up, man, like what's a wild hood story that you got, man, that you could talk about on camera? That you could talk about on camera, because I know it's some shit that you know, a lot of shit you can't talk about, but something that stood out.
You want to hear some wild shit?
Yeah.
Alright. Say you out here chilling, right?
Yeah.
And the lady comes spit on you. I was just about to say. And she end up in the trash can, man.
You said she spit on you?
Nah, I can't even say it like that.
Okay.
Nah, I don't know how I can put that there, stuff. They gonna slander me again about that stuff.
Again, man. You gonna edit that.
Okay.
What was the question again? What was
Not like a wild ass hood story.
Man, look, wild ass hood story, man. We all in the hood one day, late night, chewing. You know how we do. Chilling, man.
You can't talk about the wild ass story, bro.
What's something that you can talk about on camera? If you can't, that's straight though. We don't got it, you know what I'm saying?
Man, we were out here cooling, man, on late night, summer night, man.
Yeah.
You hear me? A nigga walk up, man, tripping, man. You hear me, man? He got through in the dark room, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, we will go over Sneaky Bandz, aka Robert Smith paperwork. The first paperwork is the Firearms arrest. And after that, we will go over Sneaky trying to get some crack in the jail and finesse G-money for a cash app to get high. The United States of America, by and through its attorney, the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia, respectfully submits this memorandum in support of its oral motion that the defendant, Robert Smith, be detained pending trial. On May 2nd, 2023, the defendant was charged by complaint. On May 5th, 2023, the defendant was indicted for 1 count of possession with intent to distribute cocaine base in violation of 21 U.S.C. Section 841 A1 and B1C, and 1 count of possession of a firearm during and in relation to a drug trafficking offense in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 924 C1AI. Thus, the government moves for detention pursuant to 18 U.S.C. Section 3142 F1B, as 18 U.S.C. Section 924 C1AI carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. Section 3142 F1C, as 21 U.S.C. Section 841 is a Controlled Substances Act offense carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years or more. 18 U.S.C. Section 3142 F1E, as Section 924 C1AI is a felony that involves the possession of a firearm, and 18 U.S.C. Section 3142 F2A, risk of flight. The government is prepared to proceed to argument at the defendant's detention hearing on May 8, 2023. Under the Bail Reform Act, the government may proceed by way of proffer. See, for example, United States v. Smith, 79 F3D 1208, 1210, D.C. Sear, 1996. United States v. Hong Vo, the Mayfair and Paradise housing communities, where the defendant was arrested, has been the site of multiple shootings. On April 30th, 2023, a 30-year-old man was murdered in the area. See Emily Davies, man, 30, killed Sunday night in Northeast DC police say in the afternoon of May 1st, 2023. Officers with the Metropolitan Police Department's MPD 6th District Crime Suppression Team were patrolling in the area of 3808 Hayes Street, NE, Washington, DC 20019. All officers were in full uniform and traveling along the 3800 block of Hayes Street, Nebraska. At about 3:47 p.m., officers observed the defendant wearing a large black bubble coat walking towards the doorway of 3808 Hayes Street. NEMPD officers watched as the defendant looked towards them and then abruptly changed his direction. He took flight towards a vehicle parked in a parking lot of a housing complex, initially walking quickly toward the vehicle and then running for about 20 to 30 steps. While he was fleeing, the defendant gripped his front waistband area. The manner in which the defendant did so was consistent with him securing a firearm in his waistband area to prevent it from falling. Officers pulled into the parking lot in front of the above location and observed the defendant hastily enter a black Volkswagen SUV through the rear driver's side door. Officers stopped near the vehicle and approached the occupants, who included only the defendant and the driver. An officer opened the rear driver's side door that the defendant had entered moments earlier, grabbed one of his arms, and told him to exit the vehicle. The defendant did so. Officers noticed that the defendant's pants were now lowered several inches, and his underwear was partially exposed as if he had lowered his pants to remove something. MPD officers then noticed in plain view on the floorboard around where the defendant's feet had been, a firearm, later determined to be a Century Arms Micro Draco 7.62 caliber pistol. Officers later discovered 1 round in the chamber and 29 rounds in a magazine with a 30-round capacity. From a subsequent search incident to arrest, in the front pocket of the defendant's hooded sweatshirt, officers recovered approximately 8.2 grams, with packaging, of a white rock substance that field tested positive for cocaine base. Marijuana was also recovered. A picture of the items is below. The police would also watch Sneaky Bandz' Barbara Sun TV interview and would quote him speaking on the No Savage situation. See Barbara Sun TV. Sneaky Bandz diss his opposition. The defendant is thus saying that when he is out in public, he has 3 young people with him who will face light sentences if they engage in acts of violence. If anyone were to confront him at the mall, that person would be killed, and a candlelight vigil could be held where the death occurred. Moreover, as this hypothetical vigil would occur in a mall, it would be easy for attendees to get shirts made memorializing the decedent. Additionally, on October 30th, 2021, the defendant was previously apprehended by law enforcement with a pistol within a fixed switch, thereby making it a machine gun and 39 Percocet pills. The firearm is shown below.
You would have ran in the Savage in the mall. How that would have went?
First of all, I swear to God, if I'm lying, you could just realize, like, he would have never walked up to me like that. You hear me? He would have never did that. He would have said, Sneaky, turn around, bro. What the fuck y'all doing? We ain't going down here, man. Y'all see that boy right there, man? What the fuck is y'all doing, man? Turn around, man. Fuck, man, ain't that crazy? Yeah, he would have never slapped this shit out nowhere no more, man. The fuck? Ain't got my what, man? Ain't got my. Every time I'm in the mall, my mother, I got 3 young niggas that's under the age trying to crash. They gonna get 6 to 9 months. They spanking anything anyway. You hear me? You hear me? I got 3 young niggas with me with masks going. They trying to crash. They getting 6 to 9 months. Any nigga they see in public is going left. It's going left. I'm just letting niggas know that now. Shit going left. So all that coming to sneaky in the mall, you writing a motherfucking candle. Like, y'all might as well have y'all candle like right there in front of the same store. You hear me? Teddy bears and shit. And we at Iverson, you ain't gotta go far to get the shirt made.
I've been seeing like the back and forth. I ain't really too tapped in, but I'm tapped in. I know what I need to know far as the city. I don't really know too much, but How you feel? They don't be coming through y'all, Joe?
Hey, man, this motherfucker like I ain't gonna lie, this joint like fam murder. Like, don't you know how fam Goo hood is? Like, that's how this joint is. This joint real loud. Like, nigga ain't trying to come. This Death Valley in that parking lot. Nigga ain't trying to come down that long ass parking lot and run back. Nigga ain't doing that. Niggas, man. Nigga ain't trying to do that, man. They on some motherfucking, man. Hey, they ain't risking it all like that. They bluffing in them songs saying they taking risks. They not risking it all right here, though. I swear to God, they not.
Now we will go over some paperwork of Sneaky in jail trying to get high. While detained pending the conclusion of the detention hearing, the defendant has seemingly continued to engage in criminal activity. The government, along with the FBI, has obtained and listened to numerous recorded phone calls in which the defendant is heard engaging in narcotics sales, issuing threats to other inmates, and even appearing to have obtained narcotics while incarcerated. Some of the calls are summarized below for the court. On May 8, 2023, the defendant is heard talking to another individual about narcotics within the jail. The defendant stated in sum and substance, "Smith, I'm Sneaky. Yeah, another person talking in jail. Look, you want a piece of the dip? Or you already got you a piece? Hit the light for me. Nah, I know. I'm about to get you. Big ass piece for you. I'm a real nigga, you hear me? If you get some more of this shit, just come to me. I got you. You hear me? I'd be on this shit. I know, if you find some G, tell me too. 8, that's a bet. Appreciate you. Nah, for real. I'ma roll this shit up." On May 8, 2023, the defendant is heard organizing a narcotics transaction on the recorded line. The defendant stated in sum and substance, "Caller, my cousin down from South Carolina, talking about how much you got, how much for a quack. Smith, you ain't got one? What, you ain't got one?" Caller, "No, I ain't got that shit. That shit gone." Smith, "You got some tweed?" Smith, 8, I can get you some. I can get you some tomorrow. Tell him tomorrow. Be like, I'ma push up on you tomorrow. Tell that because you're going to push up on him tomorrow. Caller, 8, I just sold that last. I just came up with that 60 ball. On May 9th, 2023, the defendant instructed the called party to contact another individual to purchase narcotics and then asks for money in order to get high. The defendant stated in sum and substance, "Smith, oh, you still needed that quack. Caller, that nigga went from a quack to 2 O's. Smith, oh hell no. Caller, that's what I said. What type of weird shit he on? Sneaky would also say he know a guy that charged $150 for white bitches, and he needed to finesse G-Money Cash App to get high. That's the end of this episode of DC Profiles. Like, comment, subscribe, follow Stroffing DMV on Instagram.